Welcome to the Cool Fireman Podcast, a virtual firehouse kitchen table with Matt, Adam, Brian, Doug, and Freddie, where they discuss everything that matters in today's fire service. Now let's get to the show.
Braves money line, obviously. Michael Harris and Ronald Acuna, 2+ hits, runs, RBIs combined. Harris for 2 bases and Acuna for a home run, and of course 4 bases. So.
Wow, all that in a parlay?
Yeah.
What is that? What is that plus?
I played a boost on it. It was plus 1522.
Damn,
but I had a
15-1. Let's go.
25% boost in 1903. So,
Careful,
just finished the first.
You're gonna stay like that. Hey, welcome back to the Cool Fireman Podcast. That is your baseball parlay of the day. That will be that play will be over by the time you listen to this, but that's okay. That's all right. That's Douglas and his little parlays that he loves. I love doing parlays. It keeps you into the game. I don't know. You just, even if it's $5, a $1, you know what I mean? It's still fun. I really enjoy doing that. I haven't done it in a while.
I don't pay more than $5 for parsley.
Parsley or cilantro? Italian.
Right, that's all that we're going to get
parsley.
from Unkie today. If that's all we get, that is gold.
It makes you happy. I'll just be quiet.
No. In fact, I listened to the last podcast, you and Brian, and it's best if you have just two of you, whether it's Doug and Unkie or me and Unkie or Brian and Unkie, because Unkie is actually forced to speak. And dude, I thought that the podcast last week was amazing. So I can't.
But he did try to do a solo. He did try to do a solo.
Brian did?
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me.
Oh.
That doesn't surprise me. So, real quick, let's get into what we're going to talk about, and then we can bullshit because we're at the kitchen table. But so it's you got myself, Matt, you got Doug, and you got Adam, otherwise known as Unkie today. Brian. So we're trying to do this safer recap, and we have so much to talk about because it was such an amazing time. And I hate HATE.
That's a strong word, sir.
Hate is a very strong word.
But I really don't like you.
But I really don't like you. I hate to hold this off for another week for our fans. For our
You know
listeners.
something I hate? You and your fucking stickers on your hats.
That's
Take
how
the
I
fucking
know it's
sticker
mine,
off.
bro. That's mine. No, this just happened. So, hold on. Don't let me forget to tell you this story. All right, so you got the three of us today. Brian's not here, so we're not going to be able to do the safer because we're definitely not doing – I told the guys, I said we're definitely not doing the safer recap without Brian.
That's Brian's Super Bowl, man.
Because it was Brian's Super Bowl. He knew everybody, and he even said, he goes, hey, when we're fixing – that's what he says. When we're fixing to go do our presentation, you need to tell me about an hour prior because that's how long it's going to take me to get off the floor. And that was very true.
Yes.
Everywhere you turn, Brian knew somebody, which was super fun. It was super rad. It was nice meeting all those people, but we're going to talk about that later. Today, we're going to talk about what we talk about in the fire engine. We're in the fire engine. It's just so much fun in the fire engine, whether we're going to the store. It's so controversial.
That was very Trumpish.
Really?
So much fun when you're riding the fire engine. Who knows what we're talking about? You never know.
It's a beautiful
It's the
fire
best thing
engine.
in the world. It's beautiful. It's the most beautiful in the world. China doesn't have them. Russia, nothing like what we have. We have the best of the best. My trunk could use a lot of work.
I know we don't like talk politics or whatever, but it's just on that subject.
It
It had to do with sports too. Anybody see that on social media today? That was a little like LT Lightning is now part of the administration.
No.
Some brother up there, he had a dangling earring and it looked like a football player. So I thought it looked like lightning to me. And he was like, I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know what my job's going to be, but I'm proud to be a part of the administration. I don't know what I'm going to be doing. But anyways,
Didn't see it.
I just wanted to know if I was the only one that saw that. Anyway, okay.
Let me back my microphone up. I feel like it's in my face.
No, it's good.
Okay.
The closer you are, the better, because that way our listeners can hear you.
I'm really loud.
You are very loud. Yes. You have a deep voice.
Yeah.
Deep voice baritone. So we're going to talk about all things fire engine. And Doug got to run a job. He went to Job Town a couple
Get a
nights
jab.
ago.
Last night.
So
0100.
it'll be kind of
This
interesting.
morning. 0100.
So one thing that I learned at Safer is that the East Coast and the West Coast, we do things a little bit differently. Not only do we talk different, not only do we look different. I was the only guy walking around the Safer conference floor in jeans and flip-flops. I got a few weird looks. Maybe it's because I was one of the only guys without a mustache too.
That's
Big
why.
fail.
That's why you see mine back now.
And that's why you see mine's growing back too.
Mhm.
Yeah. So we're going to talk all about that. But before that, let's get into some housekeeping because Unkie's seasoning. In fact, I just remembered, Adam, I forgot to tag you in my video this morning. Gosh darn it.
Okay.
I don't think I did. I don't know. I did a
One
there it
platform
is.
you did.
Huh?
One platform you did. I saw it.
I
Pop
did?
Up. I had my hands full.
What was the video I did? I just did smash burgers. I did smash burgers and I used buttery rosemary. And I also used garlic and herb for the potatoes. Unbelievable. Please, people, from the firehouse to your house, go to unkieseasoning.com and order everything that you can.
Yeah. We
we're
got a
gonna do
sale on the
mailbag.
Salty Fireman.
Don't let me forget. We got to do a mailbag segment today because I got a couple. I'm going to have to find them, but whatever. That's how we roll around here. We fired the producer and Becky is that's
Becky.
not part. We told Becky that she needs to come up with the mailbag and the rundown, and she told us that ain't my job. That's what she said, Adam.
You'll have that on them big jobs.
I don't know, man.
What do you mean you don't know? You know Becky the best.
I know, but I think this thing.
Becky with the good hair.
God
Just,
dang it.
just let her have her vacation.
All right. Hey, can I throw it out there, please?
Throw it,
Anybody
toss
that's listen, all of our listeners right now, please make a comment on Spotify and tell Becky off. Like we need to get Becky doing a little bit more.
Got to knock her down a peg or two.
She is hot to trot right now. She thinks that she runs this place. Maybe she does. She kind of does.
Yeah, she kind of does.
So if you're listening to this,
We're only
please
talking
make a
smack
comment.
because she's off this week. That's
Oh,
why we're all over the place.
She's off. That's why we've been such a mess. God dang it. Freaking Becky. Unbelievable.
Jobtown. Which,
Yeah.
are we ready for Jobtown?
No.
Housekeeping, sir.
Oh.
Housekeeping.
We're still doing housekeeping. So that's Unkie Seasoning. Go to unkieseasoning.com. Support your boy Unkie. They're really good seasonings. I think I'm surprised you even have some left, Adam, after my mom makes an order, because I think she's ordered every single one.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I love Mama Lisa.
Mama Lisa. Mona Lisa. And the Burn
Lost
Box.
her smile.
Tom at the Burn Box and the FD Collectors Club. All right.
This fucking guy.
It is not just
Sorry,
a box, okay? It is a box of greatness. All right. No comfort and greatness. These Unkie's got his coins, but not on him, apparently. Oh yeah, they are there. So yeah, get yourself a coin holder, get yourself into the FD Collectors Club, and mention to Tom that we sent you. Why not? You know what I mean?
I got mine in the mail Saturday, I think it was. I worked 4 days, Saturday, Sunday, so I didn't get it till today.
Oh,
This is
hey.
the coolest one.
Look at that.
It didn't come through the collectors.
No.
But it was one of the coolest ones I got.
I think it says Laguna Beach on it.
Who gave you
Yeah.
that one?
Some homeless guy behind 7-Eleven.
Some guy with fucking
That's
jeans
another
and flip-flops on.
Some guy with jeans and flip flops. It's that son of a bitch. All right. Who else? We got some shout outs today, but I think we're going to do it during the mailbag. Lots of people hitting us up on Spotify, which is freaking amazing.
Yeah.
If you're listening to this and you're not subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. What that does for you is every time we post every Friday morning, it'll remind you to listen to us, and it also helps push out our reach.
That's the biggest part.
Which has been going down, folks. Why is
Yeah,
that?
that's the biggest part.
And if you have some feedback for us, if you hate the way we talk, if you hate, if you hate Doug for living like he's big city Doug, then
Nobody
let us
hates
know.
me.
Nobody hates
Nobody
Doug.
hates me.
He's not living like. He is. Big city.
Wham. I just spit everywhere. All right, very good. Folks, those are our sponsors, and that's who we are. Today, what it's like driving around in a fire engine. And I'll start with this. And you guys can corroborate this. I know you love that word. Corroborate.
Corroborate.
That's one thing. When I was off for 6 months, 7 months for my heart, that was one of the things I missed the most. And when I came back and I was in that fire engine and we were driving somewhere, I don't even know where it was.
Wee woo, wee woo.
It might have been doing the wee woos. I looked at the guys and I was like, God dang, I missed this. And it's like where we bitch and complain and we call people out and have fun and it's therapy for us. It's good. I love the fire engine banter as much as I do love the firehouse kitchen table banter. I love it just as much. But when you're driving around in that thing, so there's different times that we might be driving around in it. Sometimes we're going to the store because firemen got to eat. I know that's sometimes kind of controversial. I think more people than not understand why we need to go to the grocery store.
Yeah. Probably got to eat.
We've actually had a whole podcast about where to park the fire engine. And people are like, don't park up front. That's not good. And then some people are like, well, most people are like, no, you're wasting valuable minutes on that baby that's not breathing or that fire. But anyway, the driving around in the fire engine is great. So part of it is when we're going to a call. What are we doing when we go to a call, Douglas? I want to hear it because one thing I've learned over the past almost 3 years we've been doing this is that East Coast and the West Coast sometimes do things a little bit differently. Maybe this is one of them.
Matt said he has radios, and I don't have radios, and I'm pretty jealous of that.
Absolutely, we got radios. Yep.
Yeah, we don't do that. That'd be cool.
And what's the justification for that? Ours as well.
It's got to be
emergency.
It's got to be safety and distraction. I mean, I would think, but I don't know.
I think that's kind of crazy. But if you have if all your radios are down and you need to listen to what's going on the news, then you could throw on the AM radio on the radio in the rig, right? Isn't that a good thing?
Did you say AM radio?
Yeah. AM, FM, whatever it is. Yeah, I think it's a good thing. But yeah, we have Bluetooth, so we'll throw the little Spotify's on, and we'll listen to music while we're driving. Most of the time, it's like country music. What do you guys do in the fire engine if you don't have a radio? How do you dance and sing?
We just talk trash.
Talk trash on who?
To each other. to dumb drivers. I shouldn't say that, but you know what I mean. Oh no,
hey, yeah.
I said
it's
Aussies.
All said.
I found them.
It's all said in jest. You know what I mean?
Yes.
In jest. Yeah. So don't take offense to it. But everybody that's listening is probably going, yeah, I get it. I agree. What about you, Unc? What are you doing on the way to a call? What are you guys talking about?
Let me see. Hold me now.
Oh man, we were just jamming it, buddy. Oh, actually, yeah. We start talking about depending on what the call is. If it's a fire alarm call, we just basically start shouting out orders. But like, hey, we're gonna be first on the scene. Either it's a repeat or whatever. We don't go to a lot of jabs, but a lot of times we have to, break into these secure buildings, being on a federal installation. So we'll break up in like groups or even single, but like, all right, you tried that window that we tried a month ago. You tried this door, blah, blah, blah. And I mean, and it's smooth. I mean, I know you shouldn't have to give out orders, but it's nice though. And you don't even have to say it's orders. You're reviewing the game plan. And so like, in a sense, nobody has to think by everybody thinking, but like, hey, you're the driver. Don't forget, you got to park on this side because of X, Y, and Z. And we're smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Just snickety snap there.
So I just recently saw on TikTok when I was finger effing my phone. I saw this guy.
Sorry, Rhett.
Sorry, Rhett. Damn it. We actually met Rhett, this little 6-year-old. Just a stud of a child.
Yeah.
Absolute. Ronald, great job.
The highlight of my my experience down there.
I mean, firm handshake. Ron had a firm handshake. Just what a kid. What an absolute pleasure. But we're going to talk about Rhett more. Rhett's going to get his own t-shirt. This kid doesn't even understand what's going on. We're going to have his own Sorry Rhett t-shirt. We're going to send him one. Might not happen for a little while, Ron, but it's going to happen. Mm-hmm. What was I talking about?
You were on TikTok, finger effing your phone.
Oh, yeah. And so there's this young guy. He's obviously a fireman somewhere. I don't know. And we have talked about this before. We had this discussion about fire alarms, and you better be rolling 4-inch on every fire alarm. And do you remember that discussion?
I remember that discussion.
Yeah, I saw it again. And I'm open-minded. Like I'm going to sit here and I'm going to listen to him. And his whole thing is the more you do it, the better you get. And I'm like, yeah, like 100%. But that's also why we go and train, right? I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I work in a pretty congested city. It's not easy to get around. Access is terrible, especially during the summer when we basically quadruple in size of population. So if we're rolling down Coast Highway and we have a fire alarm, it's just not feasible for us to be throwing the 4-inch on the ground, doing a forward lay to this, what we know is 99.9% sure a false alarm. You know what I mean? But I understand sets and reps, but you should be getting sets and reps in an area of your town or at the training tower. We don't have a training tower. We use other departments that we can kind of rent, but we have to drive up there. But we have places in town that we can do a forward lay or front stab.
There's plenty of commercial parking lots or whatever. What's the word I'm looking, like shopping centers and that kind of stuff that are much more open, especially in the evening when things are slowed down. But when I'm riding the seat, I'm always telling my driver if it's a fire alarm, hey, this is your closest plug if we need it. You know what I mean? You lay those things out ahead of time and prepare for it, but I don't think you need to lay cotton in the street on every fire alarm. You know what I mean? Now, if I get a fire alarm and an update that says it's multiple smoke detectors going off, or all right, okay, maybe things change. But again, that's all. And we started this thing recently called Prepared Live. I talked to the homeowner last night at that house, where our dispatchers can now basically remote into your phone, and you turn your camera around, and it gives the dispatcher. You're basically FaceTiming the dispatcher, and they get to see what's going on. So the dispatcher gets much more accurate, timely information to us on the way. It's amazing. He didn't happen to use it, and we didn't need it because PD got there really soon and was like, hey, man, the garage is fully lit off. But it's a really cool program. And if that's the case, if it's a fire alarm most of the time on fire alarm, if they're residential, no answer on call back because they called the homeowner like, I turned it off. Well, that don't mean we get to just stop going, man, Yeah. Unless the alarm company cancels us, we keep going. So, but most of the time, you're not going to get that person on call back. So Prepared Live wouldn't really work. But I'm not putting hose in the street for no reason. I mean, I understand the repetition and I understand the hard charges that are all about it, man. But like, I ain't doing it.
I actually, and I'm going to be honest, anybody that I work with that's listening to this would probably laugh at me, but I would actually, if it was feasible, like to where we could lay or we could practice on every fire alarm, I'd actually do it. I probably would. And now, maybe not at 2:00 in the morning.
I know some company officers that will pull a hand line on every fire alarm for reps. I get it.
Yeah.
But, trying to reconnect.
Now, I'll tell you one thing that we do that I really like, that one of my favorite dudes on the department told me about when I was a new captain, or I am still a new captain, but when I first got on and promoted, was what I like to do is have my engineer flush the plug, flush the toilet, Jesus Christ, flush the hydrant that's nearest.
Yes.
So that way the fireman.
I always preach that as well.
We run 3-0 staff, so it's the fireman and the captain will walk in, figure out what the deal is, and the engineer will go over there and flush the plug. Like, why not? That's a good idea. Those things don't get flushed very often.
Yeah, engineer's not, or driver, whoever is probably not doing a lot on a fire alarm anyway. Absolutely.
Yeah. No, I really like that.
Who knows? Maybe you go back 3 hours later and you need that plug, and now you just saved a bunch of time by doing it.
Hell yeah.
Or
Yeah.
maintenance.
Oh, I just flushed this.
Yeah, you report the maintenance needs to be done.
Right, exactly. There's no reason not to do that.
Do you guys do hydrant maintenance for your city, or do you like Public Works do it? Who does it?
Public Works does.
Public Works.
Okay, we have a water department that comes out and they'll work on the hydrants and stuff like that. Adam, anything different that you guys do on fire alarms? Do you guys run a lot of fire alarms or no?
Oh yeah. We actually reset them.
Yeah, so do we.
We don't talk to the fire alarm company because for the most part we are the fire alarm company. And but yeah, so there's a lot of drivers out there that'll love to flush the hydrants and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty much really typical. Yeah. I mean, standard, we just go there. Like I said, we split up. Everybody kind of tells the job, like, we know it's a reset or whatever. We have city boxes, so the old school fire alarm boxes. So that has to be reset so we can reset the panel.
Yeah.
And so we'll split up. Like, all right, you get the city box. I'll take the panel. I'll go to the room and make sure.
Nice.
So,
yeah.
Let me just chime in that Buffalo Trace is hard to find, and it's overrated.
It's hard to find
here, and it's overrated.
Really?
So,
oh man, that stuff is in abundance.
I don't care if it costs $25 a fifth. I don't care. There's a lot more stuff I can buy for $25 or $30 that's always on the shelf that tastes better. There's my hot take for the night.
Do you have a name off the top of your head that might be better than Buffalo Trace at that price point?
Wild Turkey Rare Breed. All day long.
It's only $25 to $30.
Evan Williams bottled in bond. George Dickel bottled in bond. Early Times bottled in bond. And always readily available.
Oh.
Virginia Lightning. Good old corn liquor.
I ain't had no corn in a while, man. It's although the season is coming, I might need to make a call to my guy. I know a guy that knows a guy.
But actually, I forgot what the big whiskey company is in Virginia. But they make a Virginia Lightning. Lightning or something like that. It's not, but anyway, it's usually on the shelf. It's a very good corn liquor. It's got a great taste for it.
Yeah, Bowman's up in like
corn
Fredericksburg area.
Probably. Yeah.
Anyway, sidetrack.
Sidebar. Hello. Talking whiskey now, folks.
Brian would say, you never know what you're going to talk about.
No. All right. Well, that's a nice segue into our next portion. But I'm going to go squirrel again. Left. Adam, I'm really liking that look, dude. So Adam's got, if everybody's that's not watching, he's got, what is that? Who's that golfer, Doug, that used to have, was it Jesper Parnevik?
Yeah, Jesper Parnevik.
Suicide tendencies, buddy.
He always had that hat up like this.
Yep.
And because it's a Cali thing, baby.
Oh no, it was Payne Stewart that died.
Payne Stewart died, yeah.
He died in the airplane accident.
And tragic. It wasn't a crash. I think they just lost cabin pressure and everybody went unconscious in the plane. I think is what happened. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. They lost cabin, and everybody went unconscious, and it was on autopilot, so it just ran out of fuel. And I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
In part,
dang.
As an East Coast guy, I've been to Pinehurst and seen the Payne Stewart statue. It's really cool to look at. It's really cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Dude, I just flew to you guys, and I was in that metal tube that they call, and I'm like, there's no way. It started making me think about life, and I was like, there's no way that this isn't like purgatory or heaven or something like. We're literally in a metal tube flying at 30,000 feet. How does that?
At 450 miles an hour.
And the amount.
How's a chunk of metal fly, and how does a chunk of metal float? Like our carriers.
Unbelievable.
Carriers are ridiculously heavy.
I mean, I get it. They've got wings, and there's aeronautics, and they've got.
And we're not that far removed from the Wright brothers doing it for the first time. Like technology advanced quick in that sector.
Aliens.
Okay, cool. We really derailed now. Brian's going to be listening.
My B-2 is going to fly over. You're going to see it. It's going to humiliate you. It's the greatest. We have the best Air Force in the world. He stopped. He looked up. He shook in his boots. I saw him. He kind of farted. And then he said, Mr. Trump, I'm sorry. Sorry.
Are you talking about when Putin came?
To Alaska? Yeah.
Just now?
Yeah.
Like, Dude, to have those bomber fly over his head. I mean, dude, the freaking cojones.
I
on
will
this
blow
guy.
your shit off the map.
No wonder they didn't go away with a peace deal.
Yeah.
He was like, you can fuck right off.
So,
sorry, Rhett.
Big dick measuring contest. Sorry, Rhett.
Oh, dude. Ours is bigger than yours.
That's exactly
okay.
what it was.
Let's get back on track. That was like a 4-minute diversion.
Yeah.
Hey, so we're talking about, excuse me, we're talking about driving around the fire engine or the fire truck. And I brought this topic up before we hit record just to make sure, like, you cool? You cool? Yeah, sure. Okay, let's go. Let's hit record. And Doug was like, actually talked about going to Jobtown here pretty recently, and that he was the driver first on scene to a structure fire. Ended up being like what, like a fully involved garage fire,
attached garage that was completely lit off.
Yeah,
but it was a brick. It was a brick tri level. So the truck got there first. I was driving the truck. Engine got there, and it was a brick tri level. So the garage started, according to the homeowner, as a carport before he bought the house, and they had converted it to a garage before he bought it. So being that it was brick and block, and the fact that it started at the garage door side, not the house side, it burned through the roof there, and eventually the roof collapsed. But because it burned through on the garage door side, away from the house, he had a little soffit melting, but the guys put a pretty good stop on it, and it never got in the house, thank God, because, again, he had a block brick wall. So he basically had his own little firewall there. But luckily it didn't get into the soffit too bad, or in the attic. Just felt a little soffit.
Nice. So what were you guys talking about on the way there? Because you said it was at 2 a.m.
1:10 a.m. was dispatched this morning. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So that's always a challenge. You know, well, I don't know about you guys.
I heard the street, and then I heard the cross street. I'm like, all right, I know where it's at, because I make a habit of really trying to know my district as good as possible to make it easier on my front seat guy, whoever that is for the day. And I told Charlie, I said, hey man, I know where Rockcrest is. I know where I'm going. Just, is it at the intersection? Is it, I know where Rockcrest is. I know where the two streets were. He's like, well, it looks like to me when you turn here, when you come up to the intersection, it should be straight in front of us. And of course, when I turned on the street, I saw the glow. I'm like, oh yeah, it's going to be straight in front of us. So it's pretty easy for me. I made the left, get the stop sign, made the left, took the front of the house, left plenty of room for the engine because the hydrant was in the front yard. I had plenty of room to pull my ladders out because I left him enough room to stop behind me to where I could get my ladders out, and he could still get one section of hose, a 50-foot section to the hydrant. The spots worked out great. It worked out great. Really good work by everybody last night. I'm not gonna lie, it was really good, quick work. But we stopped, and I got out and I threw my wheel chocks down, and I'm starting to pull ladders out, and I grabbed my fan, my lights and stuff, and I looked at the engine officer. I don't know if he heard me or not, but I was like, Jimmy, and I'm pretty sure he looked at me, and I was like, hey, time to go to work. Because, I've got a couple of younger guys on my crew, and the two jump seat guys in the engine last night, this was their first house fire where they actually got to use to do something, to flow some water and put some fire out. So that was cool. So I knew that I didn't, get in the big eye, but Jimmy's been here for 6 or 7 years, but he's a pretty seasoned guy. He's seen a lot of shit in his short time here. So I was like, hey, time to go to work. But back to your original question of what we're talking about on the way there. I mean, we're reading comments as they come in on the MDC, and the police are like, hey, the garage is fully involved. I'm like, all right, boys, we got a job. We got to go to work. We're excited. We know what has to happen. We're game planning, hey, I'm going to do this. We're going to do that. I'm going to stop the truck where I can set the ladder up if I need to. I don't think we'll need to, but I'll, whatever. Just the pre-planning on the way there, because that something's happening.
Yeah. Yeah. And that call coming in at 1:10 in the morning is a challenge in itself for me. I mean, I swear I'm not old, but the older I get, the harder it is. I find myself walking halfway to the fire engine, because my routine when those tones go off, I got to put my socks on and I got to put my hat on, and that's what I do every single time. And I put my hat and my socks in the same spot. And so not half the time, less than half the time, but I won't wake up until halfway to the engine. I got my socks and my hat on, and I don't know how that ever fucking happens. That's it. Yeah. That's all I put on. Yeah.
We're creatures of habit, right? I lay my stuff out the same way every night. When I take my shower at night, I go put my pants and my boots on the unit. I leave my hat on the unit. And when I go to bed, I'm wearing shorts. So it's shorts, shirt, socks. Get up, socks go on, shirt goes on, pull the shorts up, and I'm out the door. And Crocs or whatever I'm wearing at night. So again, same thing. It's kind of like, all right, I'm sliding on the pole, and by the time I hit the ground, I'm like, all right, Rockcrest, garage is on fire. Got it. And by the time I'm starting to dress, we're at the door, less than 2 minutes.
Which is much different than if that call were to come in at 1:10 in the afternoon.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That call comes in and you hear the tones go off, you're like immediately thinking, okay, structure fire. You get into structure fire mode, okay, where's the hydrant? Like,
because you've been waiting for it all day.
Are we going to be first on, second on, third on, fourth on, whatever it is? Is it in our district? You know what I mean? Like, you start thinking about those things, but that doesn't happen at 1:10 in the morning. You literally get in the rig and you're like, whoa, where am I?
I knew we were going to be first on because where it was at in our district, there's nobody that can beat us there. And we left in front of the engine, so I knew, of course, we're going to be first in. But, yeah. The best part to me is when they come in at night is I'm wearing short pants under my bunkers instead of pants. And for people who don't understand that, people in the service will certainly understand that it is much better to wear shorts under your tent.
Yes, very much so. So anything to add on, Adam, that you would do different, or that you guys, I don't know, anything to add, really, to be honest?
No, I mean, okay. I always enjoy the going over the game plan before you and kind of refreshing everybody, making sure everybody's awake, making sure everybody's in
and that changes
mood.
The guys in the truck last night are 3, 8, 10-year guys. Like we've seen it, but we've been there. We've done this. You know what I mean? Like you've been there before. So we're not panicked. We're really calm. We're really chill. We're talking about, just going through the play. On the converse side of that, like I said, the 2 engine guys, this is their first house fire. And the 2 guys in the jump seat are like, all right, they're probably back there. Check. All right, I got my face piece. I got nothing's tangled up. I got my headset wire loose.
He's been on air for the past 2 blocks.
Yeah, he's fucking yard breathing in the back. And the engine officer's probably talking to him about, all right, hey, look, guys, sounds like we got a worker. I need to pull a line. I need you. First thing we need to do, Jimmy, you got a hydrant in the front yard. You got your own water. So now the driver's taken care of. He's got his own water. You don't need to worry about that. That's one less thing the officer has to worry about. And again, Jimmy knows what he's doing, so he's got that squared away. Jump seat guys have pulled stick. Yeah, the jump seat guys have pulled more cross lays than they can count. So not a problem. It was a straight pull, straight down the hill because it was a little downhill to the side of the garage. It was a pretty cut and dry scenario for what it was.
Yeah.
But just talking about how the conversations were different in the 2 units, I don't know what they talked about on the way there on the engine, but I'm sure it was a different conversation.
Yeah. Well, because they're going to be second on. They're going to be behind you guys. I mean, the captain was probably saying, hey, the hydrant's right in front of the rig. I'm sure Doug's going to leave us some room. And then, hey, pull a line, get to the front door. I'm going to do 360, whatever it is, right? But I think – go ahead.
Coming out of a dual house, it's a little different for us anyway. We typically, if we can, depending on the initial dispatch, if we're not going to delay response to get there, but if the truck can get out first to get where they want to be, it's a little better, especially if it's residential. Some of those residential streets are really tight. You don't know where cars are going to be parked. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. You know everybody's probably at home. So you got to deal with the car and the congestion and that kind of stuff. Thankfully, all the cops parked out of the way last night. Nobody was in the street. It worked out well. But most people in my department have been conditioned to understand that, look, I got to leave room for the truck, whether that means I pull past or whether I stop short. I got to get to one side. If I pull past, that's fine. I can stay in the middle of the road. I just need to pull past. But that's, again, a conversation we didn't have to have last night because we got truck out there first. I got where I wanted to be. I spotted it where I wanted to. And I left him enough room where he could pull up and only have a short pull to the hydrant, but still allow me to get my ladders out the back of the truck. So it worked out fine.
Yeah, I love that.
How about
I
you,
love
Captain?
that
What do you do? What's your crew?
You talking to me?
Yeah. What,
you know, a lot of what you guys are saying. I mean, so and I've told you guys this before. One of the things I tell my guys is like, our job's not that hard. Okay. Mm-hmm. Like we pull on scene, we have to put water through hose with a pump, and then we just put water on the fire and then we go home. Now, is it a little bit more entailed than that? Yeah, sure. But like in the essence, that's what we do. But what I'm getting from you guys, which I love, is, and we haven't really said it, and I think you'll agree, that the most important part of any call, whether it's medical aid or it's a structure fire, the most important part of that is the first 5 minutes. The first 5 minutes of any call is you're able to get a good base, the structure of your call. If it starts out all over the place, and Doug, dude, I love that you said this because I didn't even think about it. And I'm trying to sit in here, how am I going to add to this conversation? Because you guys have pretty much nailed everything that we do. But what you added, Doug, is like it's almost best if the truck gets out first. That way you guys can kind of set up in the area that you need to be, because as an engine, we only have 4 engines in my town. We don't have a truck. So we depend on mutual aid. And so we have to think about that. We're on scene first. I got to say, hey, leave space for the truck. You know what I mean? And I get out, I do my size up. Hey, all incoming units leaves. We've left a space open for the truck on the alpha side of the structure, right? It actually has to be said, not because that's not what people are thinking, but it's just important. It's so important, you know?
You've got
and so
800,
those fans and
1,000
lights are
feet.
heavy.
Yeah. You've got 800,
You don't want to
1,000
walk
feet of
too
hose.
far.
I want you to pull all the hose you can. We have plenty of it. Take all the hose you need.
Yeah.
Them fucking 28-foot extensions and them damn battery fans, that shit ain't light.
No. And so the fact
And
that
I'm
you
making
said-
6-7 trips, you know what I mean? Like it's
You're a giant toolbox. I mean,
Yeah,
that's what the truck is designed
and
to
now
be.
in hindsight, after the fact, even though I got a really good spot, the way the power lines were in there, because this was still overhead wires where we're at in this neighborhood, I couldn't have done much with the ladder to start with. I could have swung sideways and maybe put it down and done, you know, like a storefront, we call it, where you put the bucket on the ground and kind of, you know, but we obviously didn't need it. But, you know, the way the trees were in that yard and the lines, I don't know if we could have used the ladder anyway.
Yeah. No, it's all good stuff. That's what I have to add. I mean, I don't have anything that's different, and I don't want to sit here and, you know, beat a dead horse. But it's, you know, it's just going over, you know, it's going to be residential, you know, it's going to be commercial. We've gotten into the debate. Brian and I got into the debate about pre-plans in a previous episode.
Debate's one word for it. Debate's one word for it.
Debate. Yeah, it was a debate. And so, you know, if it's commercial structure, are you pulling up pre-plans, whether or not your pre-plans have tactics and strategies or whatever they have on it. That's kind of what you're looking at. But it's mostly just good communication you know, and what I love, what Unkie said is just you're kind of going over it. Everybody kind of knows what their plan is. But just, you know, and everybody should be pretty much anticipating what the captain's going to say. And as far as tactics and strategies, but it is good to just kind of reiterate it on the way to a call.
Yeah, our plan could have changed immediately last night. Again, it's a attached garage, but if it had got in that soffit and got to the attic of the house, we're talking a whole different scenario at that point.
Or you got to get off, and they said, there's somebody inside, and the room's on fire. Yeah. Game plan changed immediately.
First one to the attic always wins. But I found a homeowner once I got settled, and I was like, all right, I got some lights at the front door, I got a fan at the front door, I got a ladder here, blah, blah, blah. Hey, homeowner, do you live here alone? Yes. Are you sure there's nobody in the house? I live here alone. There's nobody here. Okay, cool. So I relayed that information. Of course, we still did our primary and secondary, but I mean, that's good information to have.
Yeah. Totally.
I like
are there any pets in the house? It's just whatever.
Yeah. I like an officer is, you know, you're riding my truck for the day, or even I've been working with you for the whole entire year. When we head out, I want you to either say, go to work. That means I got free range to do what I'm trained to do, or, hey, you know, Doug, hand line, you know, McCoy, ladders. Okay, then I got free range. Or you can kind of give me a little more, you know, a thinner lane. That's fine, as long as you don't micromanage. But we all work for the officer, or excuse me, we work with the officer.
Yeah, that also comes from experience.
He's a team leader. Yeah.
My rookie was off last night. He just had a baby 2-3 days ago. Him and his wife had a baby, their first baby. Maybe a week ago. Either way. So he's off. So he wasn't there. But if that would have probably been a different situation. Hey, Austin, I need you to do X, Y, Z. As the engine officer probably would have told him, do this. Pull that line to the Delta side, outside the garage, put it out. Yep. Because he may not know how. I'm not going to say. He obviously understands. Look, there's the fire. I need to go put the fire out. But again, experience of, do I have enough trust and experience in these guys to say, go to work? And they know what that means.
Yeah.
I've said this many times before to my department. I don't know if I've ever said it on this. We had, I was probably a 2-year guy at that point. We had a 5 or 6 fatality fire. It was one of our bigger incidents in the county in a long time. And I was the second in engine. So I stopped at the hydrant, made the connection, grabbed my faith piece and my air pack, and I run up to the scene. Well, they had lines pulled around the back of the house. It's a huge house in a big subdivision. And the offset was probably already 130, 140 feet. So they pulled a 250 line all the way around the back. Well, there was a car parked outside the garage that had lit off. So the hose line is wedged under the tire of this car. And of course, the car's on fire and we're going to have a problem. And I'm putting my face piece on, and the battalion chief, I won't mention their name. She knows who she is. She said, I said, what do you need, boss? She said, she pointed and she said, fucking fix that. I said, yes, ma'am, no problem. I understood. I got it. No problem. I pulled another hand line off the unit. I said, hey, charge this line. And I handled that situation because I knew what she wanted. Mm-hmm. Not a problem. She told me, she trusted me to say, Doug, go to work. She said, fucking fix that. I said, no problem. And I fixed it.
Yeah.
And your feelings weren't hurt because she
not at all.
touched language.
Not at all.
Sorry, Rhett.
Not at all.
I have a chief like that. He was my captain.
I'd rather be talked to like that in the heat of the moment.
Yeah. Because
that's not the time to pussyfoot around.
In the tone of you saying that, I know what level of panic you're at.
I know how serious it is to you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the guys that are working around back doing VESs, they need that fucking line. They need it protected. Sorry, Rhett. So I did that.
Yeah. Yeah. No, yeah. It's good. So, train. If you train more, that allows you to anticipate. It allows you to work cohesion as a team, and everything becomes a little bit more effective and safer at the end of the day. So train. We're here to tell you to train. The more that you do it, the sets and the reps. Now, that might not necessarily be on every fire alarm, but make time.
I'm going to relate this to softball because I tell this to my girls all the time. The more you know and the more you think ahead of time, the slower the game will be. The slower the game is, the more fun you have, the better you are, the more wins we get, the better we play. If you're pre-gaming every pitch, all right, if the ball's hit to me, I got to do this. If it's hit to my left, I got to do this. If it's behind me, everything changes. But if you pre-game that stuff in your mind, just like you were just talking about, by training, we do it in practice. It slows the fire scene down. It slows all that down. And that in turn makes things easier. Our job's not easy. Don't get that twisted. But if you have a general concept of what has to happen and you've talked about it with your crew, that cohesion you talked about, if you work that out ahead of time, you know what to expect. Like when she told me fucking fix that. Yes, ma'am. I understand. Yeah. I understand.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a few things. I would say there's 3 things that if I work with a guy that I haven't worked with in a while, because I work for a small department, so everybody knows everybody. There's no chance that I'm going to work with somebody that I haven't worked with all year. You know what I mean? It's just the way it goes. And or just my regular crew. And, expectations at the beginning of the year, like, hey, these things are kind of the things we need to talk about now. That way, if we get assigned this, then this is what we're going to do. And first in on a structure fire, the fireman's grabbing the hose, and I'm going to grab his irons, and I'm going to throw them down at the entry point, wherever that might be, front door, whatever it is. So that's number one. But that's kind of like a department-wide thing. All of our firemen train that way. So that's the good thing about it. If we're on a TC, triage. I need to know how many patients we have because I need to be able to order resources. And as you guys know, being on a larger, I won't say large, but larger TC with, I'd say at least 2, possibly 3, 4, or 5 vehicles, the patient can go up pretty damn fast. And I need to know, A, if I need to declare an MCI, and B, I need to know what resources I'm going to do. And then my third one.
Go.
Yeah. And my third one is if we get a ventilation assignment. I said myself and myself and my fireman are throwing the ladder. My engineer's grabbing the hook and the saw, and he's going to beat us to where we're going to go. I'm going to throw that ladder up with my fireman, and my engineer is going to be masked up and ready to go first. He's first up the ladder, and he's going to go with the hook. And my fireman will have the saw, and I'll go up with the tick right behind him. And that's our mode of operation. So it's easy peasy, lemon squeezy. But that way they have at least a couple things where we can anticipate what each is going to do. And then everything else besides that is just kind of, game planning it on the way or
you have standard ops for a reason, because in a perfect scenario, that is your standard op. And unless you have to divert from that for whatever reason, be it a power line in the way or a tree down, God forbid, it's in blocking the window, whatever. The standard op always applies. And if you stick to that, you're going to have more success than you are failure.
Yeah. Awesome. That's awesome. Dude, I love talking about this kind of stuff. It's good. It's good. And It's good. The more you train, the better you are. All right, let's do mailbag. All
Don't
right.
forget moment of silence at the end.
Oh,
We
Schauser
forgot that.
Heisen. Golly.
What?
Schauser Heisen.
I don't think that's a word.
Mailbag. Isn't that what it's called, Unc? Mailbag? No, snail mail. No, we're calling it snail mail.
Snail mail.
It's snail mail time.
Yeah, snail mail. All right, snail mail time. All right, so we've been getting a lot of engagement, which has been super rad. Super love it. Brian said, there's a guy, Brian with a Y, not our Brian, said, Brian, the cow tongue can be used as cold cut as well.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
What do you think about that, Unc?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with cow tongue.
You ever cooked a cow tongue?
Doug, have you?
No.
What? I've only cooked it like a few times, and I've always done this one recipe, and it's a very basic recipe. It's like you boil it, and that stuff tastes just like pot roast, man. It's stringy like pot roast. You take the taste buds off because when you boil it and everything, it peels off like a sweet potato in the microwave, and it tastes just like it. Have you ever been to a Mexican restaurant and they did not have ground beef, but they had pulled beef?
Yeah.
They're eating tongue. You're eating tongue, bud.
100%.
Yeah.
Every time.
Hard pass.
How do you remove the taste buds? Like, how does it just?
It just peels off.
It peels off like the membrane on ribs.
Easier. Have you ever microwaved a sweet potato before?
Yeah.
Okay. You know how easy that shell comes off it? There you go.
Yeah.
That's
Just
it.
like that.
Just like that, buddy. It separates.
All right. Thanks, Brian, for your comment on Spotify. Social FD says B&G casserole. I'm assuming that's biscuits and gravy.
Yeah.
Casserole is good and easy. Then salt with the salty fireman to taste as you plate it. Game changer.
Huh?
Hey.
We met him at FDIC.
Yes. I was just on this cool podcast. Sorry, Beyond the Nuzzle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool.
How was that?
It was good.
All right.
I enjoyed it.
Cool. Let me hold on. I'm trying to figure out how to. Okay, so we got something from Simon Gray. Shout out to Simon. And this was
Simon says.
This was on the last week's podcast. He says, at my station, we make an amazing chicken stew. That sounds amazing right now. I'm starving. Also, got to say, I found y'all a month ago, so I've been listening to every episode. Love the podcast. Hell yeah, dude. We love you, Simon.
Chicken stew. Tell me more.
Yeah.
Simon.
Yeah. Let us know. Send us the recipe that you use. Then we'll talk about it.
Better not be no bootleg Brunswick stew.
Yeah. We got a lot of engagement on number 117, which was what it really means to be a fireman. When we were talking about the questions from Spotify. I guess it was like, hey, how do I get guys to show up at night? So Curtis Jeffcott, we just got a comment from him 4 days ago. He thinks that I nailed it. He says firefighting is a trade and craft. A firefighter long after they retire, the only part that changes is the role. Ask the chief when he had the most fun in the service. I bet it was when he was on the truck. Blue collar at heart. I'm like, hell yeah, dude. Thanks for your comment, Curtis. And Courtney's always commenting, so we always want to shout her out. She's with me as well too. She says the tones go off reading the kid a bedtime story, and you need to respond. So they were talking about that episode 117. Didn't get too many on the 118, but yeah, which was our safer with Sam, which was super fun. We'll talk about that when we do our
next week. When we do
our safer recap. So that is snail mail. So yeah, we're gonna call it snail mail. I almost forgot that. I forgot that, didn't I, Unkie? I call it mailbag.
Thanks, Gary.
It's new. It's new for us. It's new. Anything else, gentlemen? That was awesome discussion. What you can expect. What do firemen talk about in the fire engine? That's a lot of bullshit and banter and jokes. But when the tones go off, we get serious and we got a job to do. And I know that sounds stupid and corny, but it's true. Like we're talking about if it's a medical aid, sorry, everybody runs medical aids out there. Might not like it. But we're talking about, what the patient's going through, what they're saying, and all that good stuff. So, but the most time, we're just listening to Creed.
Yeah.
Hold me now.
Hold me now.
I just want to say that my parlay is going to shit.
Oh, Douglas.
That's why I'm a fireman, not a gambler.
Yeah. Dude, I suck at gambling. I love it because it's fun and it's exciting, but I
saw a meme the other day, and I told my wife, I was like, it made me laugh so hard. It was like a video meme or whatever. It was a guy on the tee box hitting a golf ball. It said, "You're 26. You're not married with any kids. Like, what are you even doing with your life?" He's like, "Thanks. I'm playing golf 3 times a week, and I'm online gambling. I'm living my best life. Leave me the fuck alone." And I was like, "Right on, bro. Sorry, bro. Right on, bro."
So you can't argue with that. You can't argue with that. I wouldn't change my life for the world, though. Sorry.
Yeah.
Even if I could golf 3 times a week and gamble myself, I wouldn't do it. Got a great life.
I need to play more golf. I've been slacking.
Doug's a slacker.
Yeah.
Anything else, Adam? What do you got?
Like 5 sets of golf clubs behind me.
Nothing.
You can just sell 4 of
drink
them and then
sour milk.
No.
Don't drink sour milk.
Yeah, don't drink sour or expired milk. That's all I got.
I mean, you got at least a week after expiration date is how I grew up.
Be on the lookout for my monthly FD Collectors Club review coming. I'll probably do that tomorrow.
All right. One last thing before we take off. We're going to do a quick moment of silence for all of our brothers and sisters that we may have lost over the last week since we've done our prior moment of silence. Well said. Amen. All right, folks. That is episode 120. 120. Put that in your pipe. All right. Smoke it. All right, folks. Who's sending us out? Don't forget to subscribe, please. We love you. We love you.
Roll it, GG.
Roll it, GG.
Before you leave, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and give these firemen a huge thumbs up. Also, make sure you check out thecoolfireman.com for more. Thanks!